Thank you, everybody, and I'm going as brief as possible because we have to. We're backed up on meetings, and we're also backed up in voting. So, thank you. Good to see so many friends out here. It's an honor to address you and talk about something that we can all look forward to in a responsible way, and that's energy. But before we can do that, we have to truly understand sovereignty. And what I mean by that is in so many cases, Indian country is put at a disadvantage when it comes to developing the resources that we have at our own feet. If we decide that we want to, and I say if we decide that we want to develop it, then we shouldn't have to go through the bureaucracy of asking so much permission if they actually understood sovereignty. So what I want to talk to you a little bit about is sovereignty. I want to talk to you about energy, and I want to talk to infrastructure needs. And I want to clarify a statement, if you guys can give me just a second, to clarify a statement that was completely misquoted on me, and it went all through Indian country, saying that I was wanting to privatize Indian country. I don't know if you guys heard that, but that's a complete misquote. What I had talked about, and I have talked about for many years now, is why is our land, the land that is sovereign to us, a land that was given to us through our treaties and trust, why is it treated like public land? Why is it comparable to things as the national parks? If it is our land, then it should be our private land, our land. We should be able to govern over it. We shouldn't have to jump through so many hurdles to just develop inside Indian country, be it energy or be it through the economic developments that we can offer individuals, but we lack the infrastructure, we lack the ability to do so because there's so many hurdles for us to jump through. I have been speaking for several years now saying, why is it treated like public land? And think about what I'm saying there. If it's private land, and it is our land, then when we start going through different hurdles to develop it, be it as an individual that were to have land right beside us, and they can develop at twice, 3 times, 6 times the rate that we can, and some we can't even get ours developed because we can't get the permits and we can't go through the process, yet it's our land. Are we not good stewards of our land? No one understands it better than we do. No one understands the sacred sites and the heritage that we have in it. No one wants it worse for the generations beyond to be able to pass back our traditions and our history than we do. You cannot and will not be able to convince me that a bureaucrat in Washington, D.C. that's never even lived in Indian country would understand it. Many times you guys, many in this room have heard me speak before, and I tell people, I never understood I was special for being Cherokee got up here. I'm from Oklahoma. I've only lived in Oklahoma. And in Oklahoma, everybody is Indian or wants to be Indian. So when I got up here and Tom Cole shook my hand and said, congratulations, we're one of 2 Native Americans up here. And I went, what? It didn't even dawn on me. It never even made sense to me. Of course, then we had this argument of who's better, Chickasaws or Cherokee, and I reminded him that we created the alphabet. But it's for real that you really have to question, how did we get to this point? We allow ourselves to, one, only have 2 Native Americans in Congress, which, by the way, I'm going to take a second step back here. I'm recruiting heavy in Indian country for seats for individuals that are running or would like to run for Congress. I'm going to step back if you can. I'm on the recruiting team for the NRCC, and I'm just pushing this plug out there. If you have somebody in your backyard, or maybe it's you that is interested in running, we need more natives up here with us, because if we're ever going to get people to understand us, then we got to get more people up here representing us. Everybody understand that? Thank you. They'll probably come to the same thing. They never realized they were special either until they got up here. Well, my wife tells me I'm special all the time. Actually, she doesn't. She's back here in the room, by the way. Babe, can you raise your hand? 20 years of marriage. Yeah. We got married so young, I didn't know she could do any better, and I haven't told her I haven't told her any different yet. Anyways, let's talk about energy for a second. We have an abundance amount of energy through some of the most poorest areas inside Indian country. Not everybody has the ability for gaming. Not everybody has the ability for economic development. We understand that, but we do have the ability for infrastructure through the energy sectors that we have. But the question is, once again, what is holding us back, and why is it holding us back? Energy is an abundant resource, a natural resource that through Indian country we've always taken good care of our natural resources. Be it if it's on top of the ground or on the bottom of the ground or underneath it. We have always taken care of it. The thing that it comes down to, though, people don't understand the resources that we have, and worse, they're not able to get it because of the permits that we have to go through to get it. But how can we have the development if also we don't have the infrastructure in place? We have been visiting with the White House, and I'm telling you, this is something that they have taken a great interest in. They understand the issues that we have. Secretary Zinke, we have talked on a very regular basis, understands the need that we have to develop inside Indian country. He understands the resources that are there, and he also understands that unfortunately a lot of the hindrance that we have has been coming through areas that he has jurisdiction over. He has made it very clear that he is looking for a new way to organize and streamline the problems that we have inside Indian country. The most gratifying thing that I can tell you as I stand in front of you today is the last 4 years, regardless of what political affiliation you are, I don't care if you're Republican, I don't care if you're Democrat, when we're in this room, we're all about Indian country. And the most gratifying thing that I have had since this new administration has come in, the last 4 years, not one time, not a single time, did the last administration ever reach out to me and ask me a single question about Indian country. Not a single time. Not one time did they bring me in, did they talk to me, did they invite me to us, did they invite me to speak at anything, did they invite me to listen to any of their concerns. Not one time did the Secretary of Interior ever come in and talk to us. But it is a rare occasion that a day goes by that I don't hear from the White House and they're asking us issues concerning Indian country. Guys, they've taken a special interest in it. If anything, we want something more than just an ear, but we want someone that wants to truly understand the issues that we have and the concerns we have. They said they want to focus on infrastructure throughout Indian country. And they want to focus on the abundances that we have, but they want to do it by working with the tribes. They also understand that they want your all's input so we don't run into situations where maybe Indian country doesn't want it, which is okay. It's our land. Maybe where Indian country doesn't want it, and if they don't, that is where we go back to sovereignty. So I'm going to cut my remarks from there because I've got to run, but I just want to tell you thank you for participating. Thank you for being here. And many of you guys have already been in my office, but please come see me. If you have a special interest in energy, you have interest inside the infrastructure, come see me. We want to work with you. We want to talk with you. And we can take the message straight to the White House. And be honest with you, they're probably going to be asking me before we get here anyways. I met with one individual from the White House, and he came in, and he was just his second week on the job. He came into my office, and he set a stack of cards like this, 2 weeks on the job. And so many of you guys had already came in and saw him, and I think you probably found out if you met with him, a stack of cards like that, he has an open door policy. So God bless you all. If we can do anything for you, come see me and enjoy your all's meeting.
God bless you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.